What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be doing the overview on the motor install on the Hoodoo Tempest 120p. If you guys are new to the channel, hit the like button, subscribe button, notification bell. I really do appreciate it. 417 subscribers. It's freaking awesome, guys. Thank you guys very much. Keep the likes and the comments coming. So basically we're just going to go over the motor install, what motor I decided to go with and why, and how I made my own custom bracket. Got it mounted on here for you guys, and I have taken it out once, and it's worked really well. So if you guys have any questions, whatever, just write them down in the comments and let me know, and let's get in the video. So we're gonna go ahead and start with the motor that I decided to go with. So this is an Australian made motor. It's a Watersnake. It is a T245, so 24 pound thrust, 12 volt motor. I went with this guy just because it is the first motor that I have actually had any experience with as far as putting on the kayak itself. So it didn't break the bank and it got here pretty quickly. It is adjustable here. You can set your depth and how far down you want the motor to go. It does have a quick pin here, so you press that and you're allowed to tilt the motor and move it. This guy here is for your locking abilities to keep it from sliding up and down. And of course it is the transom mount. They do make a different style mount with a bar that kind of mounts to your kayak, and then the bar goes through that. I decided not to go with that just because there were some bad reviews on that guy. This does have a quick release handle. You'd actually pull this down and then you can press that in, as you can see that, and then pressing it down allows it to come out. As far as the mount, I went ahead and did a custom style mount for this transom mount. I took a piece of 2x4, I cut it, I believe it's 35 inches across, and then I cut another one for the transom mount to actually go on, which is another piece of the 2x4 that was left over. I spray painted it black just because I didn't want the actual like wood look to be on there, and it actually mounts up just great. The two mounting points for the transom mount to the block of wood. I have it secured underneath. And yeah, so far it's held up, looks pretty good. It is water treated, so I don't have to worry about it rotting. Let's go over and look at the battery and the other side of the mount. So here is the other side of the mount. So I did notice one thing was I was kind of off balanced a little bit. It kind of felt a little unsturdy. So that motor there weighs about 5 to 6 pounds. So I did get a weight to put on the side here to counterbalance it. It's just a 5-pound circle weight that you can find at like Dick's Sporting Goods. How I actually secured it is I went and bought the KAYAK rails on both sides. I bought those off Amazon, mounted it here, secured it, and watertighted it. And I actually got the T-lock screws and bolts. They come in a kit. There's two of the super larger ones, and then there's a couple of the shorter ones. I went ahead and went with the larger ones, and then they come with these star nuts to put on top. And that is what secures it to the kayak itself. And it is freaking sturdy, you guys. I can actually move and pick up the whole kayak off of this mount here. And they're very, very tightly secured to the kayak, so I don't have to worry about it pulling or, you know, messing up the plastic there. Moving on, we are looking at the battery, which is our final thing. So I went over in my head time and time again, just trying to depict which battery I wanted to get. Of course, I wanted something a little bit smaller so it could fit here in this, I guess Hoodoo made like an ice chest for their kayaks. I don't use it for that. It's actually just there to hold the battery. But I went with the expert powered battery. It's a 12 volt, 33 amp, 10 hour amp battery. So the cool thing with this motor is I believe at the lowest setting, it only draws 9 amps. and at the high setting, it draws 20 amps an hour. So plenty of battery life for me, for what I'm gonna do and where I'm gonna go with it. So that's why I chose this battery here. I will, of course, upgrade the battery later on to get something that has a little more amp hours for this motor, so I can go a little bit further out into the lakes where I want to go. But for now, the areas that I fish, that thing does just perfectly for me. It is out of the way. I do have it centered to kind of balance the weight out a little bit. But yeah, other than that, that is the build that I got for the kayak so far. I am going to take off these connectors here and actually use them for the battery charger. I'm going to be introducing the PWM or the ESC box that I'm going to put here. Probably get another mount to be able to control it, because I am going to eventually take the trolley motor and I'm going to put it back here and get rid of the rudder and use the steering cables there to steer the trolley motor itself. Unfortunately, I didn't realize it with these Hoodoos, but there are no front or rear mounts for a trolley motor, so it is something you would have to design yourself, and I just haven't got to that point yet to where I'm going to do it. But other than that, that is the build so far. It is great. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns about this motor, if you're looking to get it and you want some reviews on it, just let me know. I can help you out. Just send it down in the comments and I'll get to you guys as soon as I can. But other than that, it works pretty well. It is actually not a bad motor at all. In fact, this battery works pretty well. You can see there. You're not supposed to run your trolley motor out of the water for very long. So yeah, other than that, it's been a great motor. I like it so far. Don't have any complaints. Believe it or not, a lot of people do say a lot of things about the motor being off to the side. Me going left or right with the motor was no issue at all. I do have the rudder in the back, which does help, but once you get the trolley motor in the back, you really honestly don't need the rudder. You can just use the motor, but for now, I'm gonna put it off to the side, use it like that for a little while, and just basically get the feel of it, get the use of it. Again, this is the first motor on a kayak that I've ever had, so it's a whole different world when you put a motor on there versus pedaling. Hoodoo does make a motor that sits down in here where the drive goes and locks here where this T-bar is at, but I didn't want to get rid of the pedal drive itself. The motor is basically just used to get from point A to point B, whatever fishing spot I want to get to, and then I will use the pedal drive in the area that I'm going to fish, and which will help save battery life as well. So other than that, thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. Keep the likes, the comments, and the subscriptions coming. Share the video, it really helps. Give a thumbs up, and yeah, we will catch you guys on the next one.